Okay, can I read my little
Well,
spiel?
hold on, no, you can't. I just look at it.
And this is the first time I've seen her since she signed the lease on May
I
5th.
don't care.
Okay,
Because you're just gonna talk over each other. And when you talk over each other, I'll be honest with you, I'm not even listening. You guys just want to argue with each other. And quite frankly, I don't have the time today to hear all this.
actually talk.
Not the way you two are acting right now, because you're both acting like juveniles.
Today we're in Judge Simpson's courtroom and we've got an entitled brat who somehow thinks paying rent is optional. Not only did she show up late, she showed up late by over an hour and still walked in acting like she was the victim. And the second she sat down, the bickering started like two middle school kids fighting over a cafeteria seat. The defendant is talking over the plaintiff is fed up, and the judge looks like he's counting down the minutes until retirement. This is the kind of case where you don't even need drama. These two brought enough chaos to fuel a TV season. And trust me, the excuses, the attitude, and the delusion are off the charts. Should the judge kick her out or force her to pay up? Let's go ahead and dive in.
State your name, please.
Lori Anderson.
I went back and reviewed the record. What is clear in this case is I specifically indicated to both parties that they needed to be here in person. And she is not here and the like. Did receive an answer. What is your claim? This is for termination of tenancy.
And a judgment, sir. Do you want me to read my
How much are you claiming is owed?
$1,139.94 as of today?
Hang on, 4,000.
$139.94.
All right, and that is for?
That is for nervous July rent, which
The
is
amount of how much?
$330 plus late fees, which are $25 a day. So I calculated
Can't do that.
no late fees.
All right. I can't let you assess late fees at $25 a day. Okay. First of all, I think under case law, it would be an illegal late fee. Late fees have to be reasonably calculated to the cost of collection. That's not an exact science, but they certainly cannot be what would be called liquidated damages, which those would be. Okay. So what months does she owe for?
July. I got a calculation. July, that would be 3,300 for July.
3,300.
Yes, sir. And
That's the rent?
yes, sir.
Okay.
And then I got the water bill, the water charges.
And how much was that?
Oh, let me see. I had it all prepared and I'm just,
How my day always runs.
what'd you say, sir?
I said that's pretty much how my day always. I have it prepared and then
I had it all in order. Now find it. Oh, God, hold on. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, here's a order. Okay, court cost of $33.59. That's to get her served. Lawn care service of $35. She didn't pay. I had to pay for the lawn care service. Water bill for May of $207.29.
207.29.
Water bill for June of $230.32. And then extrapolated water bill for July 1st through July 11th today of $84.45. Two cashier's checks that I had to get done because she, I don't know if you'll approve that, but that's $20.
Okay.
Background checks of $54.29 for her uncle, Augustus Lyman.
Why'd you have to do?
Because he's occupying my house and he's a criminal.
Okay. I can't let you have that. All right. Go on.
And then, well, late fees, you said I couldn't have late fees.
Wow. How much are your total late fees that you're charging?
I calculated based on today of 175. So whatever the court will allow.
175 for July.
Well, to the July, I calculated to July, to today's date.
Today's date.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll allow you $50. Well, your monthly rent is $3,300.
Yes, sir.
I'll allow you $100 in late fees.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So what you need to do, and I will approve that judgment. Why don't you raise your right hand for a moment? Do you solemnly swear or affirm all the testimony that you have given and will give is the truth? the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right.
I'll never understand how hard it is to follow the contract you freely signed. You get a place to live, and in return, you pay the agreed upon money. Simple transaction, nothing philosophical here. There are no freebies in this world, and living in someone else's property is definitely not one of them. If you can't pay the rent, you move out. It's not magic. And before anyone says it, yes, $25 a day late fees were a little excessive, and even the judge wasn't buying that. But sometimes landlords do it to scare tenants into paying on time because eviction court isn't exactly their favorite hobby. What I do wonder though is whether the landlord screened this tenant at all. Background checks exist for a reason: credit, rental history, income, anything to show the person can actually afford the place. Because if that didn't happen, then the landlord set themselves up for this circus. So I want to hear your thoughts. Is some blame on the landlord, or is it 100% on the tenant for refusing to pay? What kills me is how many tenants get gifted extra chances, extensions, payment plans, warnings, and still don't care. They do whatever they want until they're standing in a courtroom pretending to be shocked that rent is in fact required. And today that shock factor is on full display.
And was there a lease on the premises?
Yes, sir.
But you're terminating the lease based on,
Okay, can I read my little
well,
spiel?
hold on, no. You can't. I just look at it. You're terminating it based upon the misrepresentations and also violations and fraud that you've stated to the court previously, in this case, as well as a misrepresentation you believe as to identity,
Yes, sir.
and the person's in home, and then there is rent that is due. So based upon that and the defendant's failure to appear in this case, court is going to grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff with a, that's her? Okay. All right. She's here. All right. Come on up, ma'am. What is your name? All right. Ms. Lyman, it is unacceptable to be effectively an hour and a half late to court.
I submitted something for Zoom because I can't be late for work or class. So I just came straight from school.
And I got off the bench and I specifically looked because I specifically indicated to both parties that you needed to appear in person.
I didn't receive an email of a denial of Zoom either.
When you guys were here on the record, I specifically stated that both parties needed to appear in person. So whether or not you filed a Zoom request or did anything along those lines, it wouldn't have mattered because I told you to be here in person. And Miss Anderson, I'll have to stop the inquiry that I'm making now that she's here. What's your position on this case, Miss Lyman?
She asked me to sign a 3-year lease after I already signed a 2-year lease. And then this is when everything kind of went downhill.
Do you want to stay there?
No, not really. I already told her if she gives me my $6,000 for my certificate cleaning fee, I've been stated that I will leave.
Is that the security deposit?
There's a cleaning fee and security deposit, but she never said that she would leave, sir.
So how much is the security deposit?
It's at least. And this is the first time I've seen her since she signed the lease on May 5th.
I don't care.
Okay. 5250.
And there's a cleaning fee, which is a non-refundable cleaning fee, I'm presuming, of how
Yes, sir.
much?
I have on video that she said that I could get my cleaning fee back.
What's the lease then?
Well, it's non-refundable, but I said if she leaves it really, really clean and, just like I had it, that I would be willing to, refund her that based on,
I
being
understand.
clean.
Okay,
Because
but the lease itself says it's a non-refundable.
yeah, because I think by law it has to say that. So that's why it says that.
It doesn't have to.
Well, I don't know. I'm not
A lawyer.
I'm not a lawyer.
All right. So otherwise, two things. First of all, with reference to I understand the oral representations that were made regarding the cleaning fee, but the lease would indicate that it's a non-refundable cleaning fee.
Yes, sir.
So,
Because I thought that's what I was supposed to.
and then with reference to the security deposit, that security deposit is used for Can be used to pay rent, can be used for utilities and other things that may be outstanding. My understanding is that there are a number of water bills that still need to be paid. There is July rent that still needs to be paid. So, and I would have no way of assessing whether or not there were damages to the premises. So I don't know that that's a negotiation. But you say that you don't want to be there.
Well, yeah, because she has neighbors watching me, and it's very uncomfortable coming home, and there's people watching me.
All right, Ms. Lyman, let me ask you this. What do you want me to do?
Really, I just want everything to be over. It's just the random people watching me, the false police reports.
It only took the defendant an hour and a half to finally show up, and she waddled in ready with every excuse in the book. According to her, nothing is her fault, not the rent, not the lateness, not the unpaid utilities, just one giant conspiracy against her. Meanwhile, the judge literally told her at the last hearing she must appear in person this time, so there's nothing really to defend. The best part is, she walked in right as the judge was seconds away from ruling in the landlord's favor. Talk about lucky timing, or unlucky, because now she has to answer questions. The whole exchange feels like two exhausted rivals who are done with each other. The tenant wants her security deposit back, which is insane considering she hasn't even paid the water bill or the rent she owes. The landlord wants her out and wants their money before she leaves. Both are annoyed, both are stubborn, and the tension feels like it could snap the courtroom in half. You can practically see the judge mentally preparing for impact because this drama is one spark away from detonating.
So what do you want to do?
I can move out in August,
When?
at least the 1st or the 6th.
Okay. And what about July rent
I was gonna put the rent in as well.
with the court? And that's $3,300. There is, as I was totaling and going through this, there's approximately, I have about $500, give or take, for the water bills.
I could have sworn water bills are supposed to come every 3 months.
I sent a,
I received one almost like and from the first water bill, I was only there for 27 days.
can I make a comment, sir?
Sure.
I sent an Excel spreadsheet to the court and to the defendant that shows the water bill history for the last 3 quarters. I mean, 4 consecutive quarters. And it calculates a water bill based on my usage versus Mrs. Armani and her family's usage. And there's a significant difference. And I presented that to the court as well. That showed that she's using 3 times the amount of water with her family than I ever used. So, well, the police report indicated that there was a,
Just because it's people over there don't mean people.
There's really no reason for me to be here with you two, is there? Because you're just gonna talk over each other. And when you talk over each other, I'll be honest with you, I'm not even listening.
can I make a statement, sir?
You have. Go ahead. What is the statement?
This is the first time I've seen her since May 5th because an older woman who says she's Armani, she's at least 40, has been telling me she's Armani, but I think it's her mother, Joanna Lyman, and I've never been able to speak with her or see her. So I can't even talk to my tenant. I would have liked to have tried to work something out, but I'm not able to ever talk to her.
Yes.
That's a lie. She's seen me on multiple occasions. She doesn't even know anybody else she's ever met my mother. She's only met with me every single time. The witness saying about mail, I've never met that man. The mail's always been inside the mailbox. I've never met any of the neighbors because I don't even go confront people. I just go on by my day. So of course, none of them ever seen me, but her.
And the fraud about the address that she said she lived at. In fact, she was living at a place on Maplewood she was actually being evicted from. And she told me she was living at Mr. Diop's house that's on her driver's license that he's lived in for 3.5 years. So that was the fraud and misrepresentation of the truth. She was actually being evicted when she moved into my house. And I didn't know this.
Well, there's a difference. Does she represent that she wasn't being evicted?
Well, she said that she was living at Mr. Diop's house, who's been there since 2021 and says he's never rented to her. So that's
What
fraud.
do you people want me to do? You guys just want to argue with each other. And quite frankly, I don't have the time today to hear all this. Because this is just a mess. You guys can't even you guys can't get past your personal animosity toward each other to even look at this whole thing rational.
Judge, the phone number on her application was disconnected. I've not ever been able to call her and talk to her. For 2.5 months, it's been another lady talking to me on the phone and in person. I've never been able to talk to my tenant. We could have worked this out if she was actually talking.
Not the way you two are acting right now, because you're both acting like juveniles toward each other. You guys can't talk to each other.
I want to talk to her, not her mother.
Yeah.
She asked for a past address. 9090 is a past address. I never told her that I rented from the lease.
Why do I care?
The application has 9090 on it.
You're just gonna keep showing it to me, so I gotta try.
I just want honesty.
She's only been talking to me.
You guys can't even resolve this, can you?
I don't even have her number, sir.
You have my number.
I don't have a number. You don't talk to me, sir.
8335 is my number.
You don't talk to me. I've
You
never.
know what? Both of you go sit down. These other people, I'm not gonna have them waiting through your mess. Go sit down. I'm gonna pass this case. No, I'm not even gonna pass it because I don't want you back up here right now. I'm gonna set this thing for a final settlement conference before trial. I'm gonna set it for this Tuesday. Oh joy. And then I'm inviting her back. So go ahead. What time on, it's 9 o'clock this Tuesday, the 15th? Final settlement conference, July 15th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's in person. You need to be here. I will be waiting in courtroom A to hear your case and other cases with bells on.
The rent, since the mortgage is due, can
9 a.m. on the 15th. I am not making a decision today. You are to put the $3,300 in the court escrow. Thank you.
thank you, sir.
It's honestly like watching two toddlers argue over a toy, except the toy is a whole apartment and neither of them should be proud of how they're acting. They both want their way and neither one cares to listen to a single adult sentence. If they could just communicate like humans instead of circus performers, this entire mess could have been resolved months ago. But throw money into the mix and suddenly every ounce of maturity disappears. And Judge Simpson, he's over it. You can see the patience leaving his soul every time they interrupt, talk over each other, or scream about who owes who. Eventually, he taps out, dismisses them, and pushes the case to next week because even he needs a break from this chaos. Honestly, I don't blame him. Just watching this through the screen was frustrating enough. So sitting in that courtroom has to be torture. When they come back, do you think the judge should order her to pay on the spot or just evict her and call it a day? Let me know your take down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.